The doorbell rings. You open the door. Your child is there, and over his shoulder is the person. Your eyes meet. For just a second. But in that second, 1,000 ancient wars are fought. A smirk. An eye roll. A silence that is heavier than a scream. You say to your child, "Hi, honey." But the real message you're screaming at your ex is, "I hate you." The child, like an emotional sponge, inhales the poison. He walks into your home carrying the heaviness of the battle you just won in a second, and you realize the divorce isn't over, it's just changed form. Remember, even in marriage, parenting was a minefield. You let the child watch too much TV. You give him sweets. Don't spoil him. You need to be stricter. Every little decision, from school choice to food choices to bedtime, was a power negotiation. Each person believed their way was the only right way to love the child. Now you're divorced. The thin veneer of compromise is gone. There's no more room to compromise. There's no we to defend. There's just two people who believe they're right and a child caught between those two ideologies. You thought divorce would free you from those arguments. You were wrong. It just took away the closed bedroom door to scream at each other. Now the battle is fought at the door, through text messages, and worst of all, through the child himself. The real war is, it's not one big bomb, it's 1,000 little cuts. It's the 10 p.m. text war. He told me he doesn't have to do homework at your house. My house has rules. Don't interfere. Check his bedtime. He's 8 and he doesn't go to bed until 11 p.m. What do you know? You never have to send him to school in the morning. I know you're feeding him junk food. He came home last week with a stomachache. It's because he's stressed, because of you! Your phone becomes a weapon. Every notification is a threat. Every text is a jab at the past. You're no longer talking about the child. You're using the child as an excuse to continue your dead marriage. Here's the core conflict. You're both trying to parent the other instead of parenting the child. You're still trying to fix or punish your ex through decisions about the children and the child. They're not just in the middle. They're being forced to choose sides. Dad said I can't do that. Mum said Dad was wrong. We're creating a generation of wounded little diplomats forced to navigate a war they didn't start. The situation unravels. The child begins to act out. He becomes irritable. His grades drop. He begins to lie, telling you what happened at the other person's house and telling the other person what happened at yours, just to keep the peace. Or he begins to manipulate, using your lack of connection to his advantage. But Mom let me. Or maybe, but Dad still lets me play video games until 2 a.m. You realize your campaign is failing miserably. The client is your child who is suffering. This is when you, as a therapist or judge, deliver a harsh truth. Your war is doing more harm to your child than anything else. That slap of reality forces you to change tactics. You start looking for strategies. You read books, you go online, you listen to podcasts, you try. Just talk about logistics, talk about what's good for the kids. You try, but a text, "I'll pick you up at 5, quickly turns into 5. Why not 4:30 like everything? Use a co-parenting app. It seems cold, unfeeling, but it starts to create a boundary. Co-parenting therapy. You sit in a room and for the first time there's a referee preventing you from throwing punches at each other. You're learning, painfully, how to separate feelings from information. You're starting to realize that not every text needs to be answered immediately. Not every fish you throw out is worth biting. You're building a new layer of emotional muscle and it hurts like the first gym session. The tipping point is the inevitable big event. A birthday, a school performance, or worst of all, your child gets really sick and you both end up in the hospital. Picture this: hospital waiting room, 2 a.m. Your child is in with the doctor. You and your ex sit across from each other under fluorescent lights. Everything is amplified. The exhaustion, the fear, the simmering hatred. The person says, if you had taken better care of him, this wouldn't have happened. There it is, the nuclear button. The past, present, and future of every argument converged in that one sentence. Your entire body tenses. You've prepared 100 responses, each more vicious than the last. You could destroy them right there. But then you look at the emergency room door, you think of the terrified child inside. And you make a choice that changes everything. You take a breath. You don't look at them. You look at the door. And you say, calmly, coolly, "We can talk about that later. Right now, the only thing that matters is the baby." Have you asked the doctor about the test results? You don't forgive, you don't forget. You prioritize, you choose the mission, your baby, over the emotion, your ego. In that moment, you are no longer a wounded ex-wife. You have become a true co-parent. The external war has stopped because the internal war has found a higher purpose. The most effective strategy is not forgiveness, not friendship. It is something much colder and more powerful, professionalization. You have to fire your ex from the role of spouse or enemy and hire them into a completely new role, your business partner. The only product this joint venture creates is a happy and healthy child. This is how Children's Joint Stock Company operates in a truly professional process, including official communication channels. No more midnight text messages. All non-urgent discussions must be via email or a dedicated application. Just like you wouldn't text your partner's CEO at 11 p.m. to complain, use business language wisely. Eliminate all emotions, all accusations. Use the language of the business. Don't say, "You always forget." Say, "Confirm, I will pick up your child at 4 p.m. on Friday." Don't say, "I don't trust you to feed your child that." Say, "I would like to suggest we agree on a menu for your child to ensure consistency. Please see the attached file." Schedule a meeting every 3 months or once a month by phone or Zoom. Only talk about the big stuff: school, health, summer plans. Have a clear agenda. Respect the department. When your child is at your house, you are the head of the department. When your child is at their house, they are the head of the department. You're not allowed to micromanage the other person's department. You must trust, or at least accept, that they will run their department, as long as it does not violate general company policy. Safety, health. The solution is not that you love each other again. The solution is that you treat each other with the cold, professional respect of two colleagues working on an extremely important project. This project is the most important thing for the company, for the two of you. Even if you are divorced, the project must not be damaged, must not be rude, must be properly educated, and must be in excellent health. In my 15 years in the business, I have seen many campaigns fail because of internal fights within the company. They were so caught up in the internal power struggle that they forgot about the external customers. The same goes for co-parenting. You are divorced, but you are still internal to your children. The most effective strategy for co-parenting without fighting is accept that your relationship is dead and build a new relationship from screen, in which you are two separate people with only the children as a common point of connection. Don't try to be friends. Friendship is too complicated and ambiguous. Instead, be the most effective colleague you have ever had. You didn't do this for your ex. You didn't do this for you. You do this because the most important audience in your life is sitting in the front row, watching your every move. Children don't need two parents who love each other. They just need two parents who stop fighting. Your professionalism is your child's peace. Don't try to change everything at once. Don't send this email to your ex and say, "We need to get professional." Start with yourself. One small action. Tonight or tomorrow, when you get a trigger text from your ex, one that makes your blood boil, do this. Don't respond. Take a breath. Put the phone down. Wait 2 hours, or if possible, wait until the next morning. Once the initial anger, ego has subsided, look back at the text and respond only to the core information, logistics, leaving out the emotion, bait, entirely. If they write, "Are you going to be late and disappoint her like always?" just reply, "I'll be there at 5:15. This is your first exercise in de-escalation. Practice it. That's how you take back your power, and more importantly, that's how you give your children back peace. If within 1-2 months you find this method effective, come back and like this video to support us. If it's not effective, please comment so our experts can give you more advice. And if you want to share it widely with many friends who are also in the same divorce situation as you, then feel free.